Hello, everybody. This is Glenn Henderson, and we're going to talk about division from my book, Awaken. Not just division as you would think, but there's a denominator and a numerator. So there's some common, there is a place for some good math. And in this case, division. So join me as we talk about division.
In this segment, Glenn Henderson explains in his latest book, Awaken, why lines must be drawn to avoid compromise in our personal lives, spiritual walks, and our careers. The process of division may be difficult, but it is necessary.
I'm hoping that everyone will see that there is a room, place for needed division. I remember one of our presidents years ago called something the axis of evil. And that's a divide. You have good. There is good and evil. There should be a divide. I need to be able to say that there's something good, and I need to be able to distinguish. There's good and evil. There's bad. There is a place for that division. People have some type of repulsion, if you will, to the whole notion of discrimination, and you should be discriminating. You should be able to discriminate. You should be able to make a distinction. Jesus who walked this earth, was one of the most discriminating people to be able to discern and to say, that's, you are of your father. They didn't like it either. You are of your father, the devil, and I know who my father is. So we have to be able to, from choices, from seeing some type of progress, not only as a society, but if I'm expecting God's blessing in my business, in my marriage, I've got to be able to know that this is not good. This is evil. How many times have I gone and challenged people? There has to be a time, and look at the world in which we live in, when I can't watch a television show without hearing about physical stuff for men, and you've got to be able to say that is not right. You got to divide, walk out of the theater, and we have to be able to say that there is a divide, there is a right and there's a wrong, and too frequently people have not gotten to that. Oh no, we can't. Can't we just all be together? No, we can't. We're not. Light, what has light have to do, as we're told, with darkness? Don't be unequally yoked. All these scenarios, and that's why I spoke about we create our own demons. I would tell you one of the precursors to my bankruptcy is I was doing business with someone that I was not equally yoked with. We didn't have the same set of values. We didn't believe the same set of things. And because of that, we ended up going into a chapter 7. They literally destroyed everything we had financially. And you've got to be able to look at something and call it what it is and say, well, no, we're not in agreement. That's okay. But we can't walk together. So we are divided in that regard. Jesus was so emphatic about truth and about us knowing the truth, and that's everyone. He would have none to perish and all to come into a knowledge of the truth, that he says that his truth is so important in the context of coming from Jesus that he said, even if blood, in this case, blood, or the blood is thicker than water, but not the family blood when people talk about blood. And so regarding family matters, when the truth is on the table and there has to be sides, and that sides mean that we're divided. I'm not breaking a law, and certainly not a moral law, and I tell my wife this in our family, we're together. We're going to do it. But when it comes to the law of God, there's no gray. It really is black and white. And we've got to be, which he encouraged us. And he said, anybody who looks back, and that's probably, I think, where a lot of people have missed it in Luke 14 when he says he can count the cost, that this is going to cost you something. And what's going to cost you? Nobody told me this. Everything. That you got to, we don't use the word at a church setting anymore called repent. Just turn directions. And so I was going in one direction, thinking a certain way, and now I have to come to terms with his truth and say his truth is more important than my truth. And by the way, there's one other thing too. You have facts and you have truth. Facts and truth. There's a difference between facts and truth. So you can go to the doctor, they can say, yep, you got this, this, and this. Well, that's a fact. But now let me tell you what truth has to say, that he's above it. He's a healer. He's able to do exceedingly abundantly. And the boy said, even if he don't, I know he's able. So there's a difference between facts and truth, and how we handle that in business and relationships, etc., will make the difference.